Right. So blame is not always obvious either. So blame can be very, very subtle. It's not always this kind of steaming, streaming, noise of you did this and you did that. Often you'll find blame woven into your explanations. So when you explain something, right, and for you as a human being, or anyone as a human being, because I'm speaking in general terms here, we'll just say, well, this is what it was like. Right. Now, there might be elements of truth in your explanation, but you'll also see woven in there will be, well, this happened, and then that happened, and then this happened. And that explanation becomes part of that narrative. That narrative is not a conscious construct, right? That narrative is a subconscious construct put together over years and years and years. And so what I want people to understand is, some people had like very, very challenging childhoods where terrible things happened, right? And some of it was perpetuated by their own parents, okay?
That's right.
And in the book I talk about, there's really only two things you can do with that, right? There's really only two modes that we have to deal with our past. That is one of being the repentant sinner. So that is, you did it, and now you want to kind of deal with yourself to get over doing what you did, right? Or you're going to be this kind of forgiveness person where I'm just going to forgive those, right? So you're either going to be the recovering victim or the repentant sinner. And so what I wanted people to get is both of those are completely unnecessary when you deal with the foundational piece of it all. And the foundational piece of it all is blame. Now, like I said, blame can be very subtle. It can also be very obvious, right? You can hear somebody speaking sometime and you're like, yeah, you're just blaming them or blaming this. So what I wanted people to start confront was, can you deal with your past and remove blame? Can you actually look back there and look at the whole thing and don't blame yourself, don't blame anybody, don't blame the timing you were born, don't blame, this thing or that thing. Right. Some people might use it as an explanation, like I said. But see if you can take that out. And here's what you notice. When you remove blame, when you stop talking about those things in terms of who did what, there's really not a lot left to say, right? And so something like forgiveness becomes easy. And as long as blame's in there, you'll never have an easy access to forgiveness. No way. You'll end up with this kind of self-righteousness. Like, I'm better than you, so I forgive you. You like that kind of deal, which isn't really forgiveness, right? Real forgiveness is simply when you get to a point where you're saying, I am no longer willing to punish either myself or that other person. That's what it comes down to. And when and the easier, like I said, the quickest way to get there is to confront the kind of temptation of blame.
Hey there, what'd you think? That was a little clip taken from an interview that I had on my Unleash Your Greatness Within podcast. And I want you to get the full interview, the full episode. Why? Because there are so many nuggets and tools in here that can help you unleash more of your greatness. That's why I have guests on the show. We're talking New York Times bestselling authors. We're talking legendary business leaders, celebrities, professional athletes, thought leaders, and more. All in an effort, all in a focus of helping you find more happiness, more fulfillment, achieve more of your goals, live closer to achieving and living your dreams. That's what this show is all about. And I invite you to subscribe. It's easy to get. All you got to do is search online, TJ Hoisington Podcast or TJ Hoisington, or go to our website, which is greatnesswithin.com. Or you can simply go over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Google Play and just type in TJ Hoisington or the Unleash Your Greatness Within. Follow us there. The goal is always to help you unleash your greatness. Let me ask you this question. What are you going to do differently today to unleash more of your greatness? What are you going to do? What conscious and intentional decision are you going to make to change your trajectory? What have you done the last 2 weeks? So maybe you come to the show because you need a little bit more motivation or a little pick-me-up. But really, hopefully you're coming to the show because you want to gain a couple insights and distinctions that 2% shift or that new idea can change everything for you. That's what this show is all about. So go check it out, subscribe, become a part of my community. You can do it. There's no cost to you. This information I give freely just to help you get to the next level. So go check us out and get the full episode, and we'll see you on the other side. Go unleash your greatness within.